These are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that, when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their life bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, Wherefore have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered before the midwives coming unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off to know what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child. And behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, "Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages." And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, "Because I drew him out of the water." And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he smote the Egyptian, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 Hebrew men strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, "Wherefore smitest thou thy neighbor?" And he said, "Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killedst the Egyptian?" And Moses feared and said, "Surely this thing is known." When Pharaoh heard of this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. And the priest of Midian had 7 daughters. And they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to reel their father, he said, "How is it that ye are come so soon today?" And they said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock." And he said unto his daughters, "And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Zipporah his daughter to Moses, and she bare a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, "I have been a stranger in a strange land." Came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, And the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will turn aside now, and see this great sight, why the bush is not burned. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrow. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good and large land, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me. And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto God, Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. Moreover God said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go, and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath met with us. Now let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. And I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that he will let you go. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty, but every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and of her that sojourneth in her house, jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And ye shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians. And Moses said, I will now turn aside, and see what will become of me, for why do they ask me, What is thy name? And God said unto Moses, I hath sent me unto you.
Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I hath sent me unto you. Moreover God said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me unto you.
This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
And Moses answered, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is that in thy hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thy hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. That they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. Moreover the Lord said unto him, Put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And the Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or seeing, or blind? Have not I the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. Thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people. And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth. And thou shalt be to him instead of God. And thou shalt take this rod in thine hand, wherewith thou shalt do the signs.
Afterward Moses and Aaron went in, and said unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord, that I should hearken unto his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. And they said, The God of the Hebrews hath met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and sacrifice to the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. And the king of Egypt said unto them, Wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works get you unto your burdens? And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens. And Pharaoh commanded the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves, and the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our God. Let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and spake to the people, saying, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where ye can find it. Yet shall ye deliver the tale of bricks. And the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters pressed them, saying, Fulfill your works, your daily task is when there was straw. and the officers of the children of Israel, whom Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded, "Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task both yesterday and today, as heretofore?" Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, "Wherefore dealest thou thus with thy servants? There is no straw given unto thy servants, and they say to us, Make brick! And behold, thy servants are beaten, but the fault is in thine own people." But he said, "Ye are idle, ye are idle. Therefore ye say, Let us go and do sacrifice to the Lord. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given you, yet shall ye deliver the tale of bricks."
And Jehovah said unto Moses, "Now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh. For by a strong hand shall he let them go, and by a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land." And God spake unto Moses, and said unto him, "I am Jehovah. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, as God Almighty. But by my name Jehovah I was not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their sojournings, wherein they sojourned. And moreover I have heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am Jehovah, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm, and with great judgments, and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am Jehovah your God, who bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you in unto the land which I swear to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it you for a heritage. I am Jehovah. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake before Jehovah, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? And Jehovah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. These are the heads of their fathers' houses. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok and Palu, Hezron and Carmah. These are the families of Reuben. And the sons of Simeon, Jemuel and Jamin and Ohad and Jashin and Zohar and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the families of Simeon. And these are the names of the sons of Levi according to their generations, Gershon and Kohath and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni and Shimei according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amram and Izhar and Hebron and Uzziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari, Mahli and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to their generations. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses. And the years of the life of Ram were 137 years. Korah and Nepheg and Zitri, and the sons of Uzziel, Mishael and Elzaphan and Sithri. And Aaron took him Elisheba, the daughter of Amminadab, the sister of Nahshon, to wife, and she bare him Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And the sons of Korah and Abiasaph,
These are the families of the Korahites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Putiel to wife, and she bare him Phinehas.
These are the heads of the fathers, house of the Levites, according to their families. That Aaron and Moses, to whom Jehovah said, bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, to bring out the children of Israel from Israel. And these are the from Egypt.
And it came to pass on the day when Jehovah spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, I am Jehovah. Speak thou unto Pharaoh king of Egypt all that I speak unto thee. And Moses said before Jehovah, behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me?
And Jehovah said unto Moses, see, I have made thee as God to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not hearken unto you, and I will lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth my hosts, my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt, by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Jehovah, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did so, as Jehovah commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And Jehovah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a wonder for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it down before Pharaoh, that it become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as Jehovah had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called for the wise men and the sorcerers, and they also the magicians of Egypt did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Jehovah had spoken. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is stubborn,
He refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink to meet him. And the rod which was turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thy hand. And thou shalt say unto him, Jehovah, the God of the Hebrews, hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou hast not hearkened. Thus saith Jehovah, in this thou shalt know that I am Jehovah. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood, and the fish that are in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink water from the river. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and stretch out thy hand over the waters of Egypt, over their rivers, over their streams, and over their pools, and over all their ponds of water, and they shall become blood. And there shall be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, as Jehovah commanded. And he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood, and the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink water from the river, and the blood was throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did in like manner with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as Jehovah had spoken. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he lay even this to heart. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. 7 days were fulfilled after that Jehovah had smitten the river.
And Jehovah spake unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and say unto him, Thus saith Jehovah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall swarm with frogs, which shall go up and come into thy house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up both upon thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the rivers, over the streams, and over the pools, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did in like manner with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, "Entreat Jehovah that he take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may sacrifice unto Jehovah." And Moses said unto Pharaoh, "Have thou this glory over me? Against what time shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people, that the frogs be destroyed from thee and thy houses, and remain in the river only?" And he said, "Against tomorrow." And he said, "Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto Jehovah our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people, they shall remain in the river only." And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh. And Moses cried unto Jehovah concerning the frogs which he had brought upon Pharaoh. And Jehovah did according to the word of Moses. And the frogs died out of the houses, out of the courts, and out of the fields, and they gathered them together in heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as Jehovah had spoken. And Jehovah said unto Moses, "Say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the earth, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt." And they did so. And Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and there were lice upon man and upon beast. All the dust of the earth became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. And there were lice upon man and upon beast. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Jehovah had spoken. And Jehovah said unto Moses, "Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus said Jehovah, let my people go, that they may serve me else. If thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will set apart in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am Jehovah in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. By tomorrow shall this sign be." And Jehovah did so, and there came grievous swarms of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and in all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, "Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land." And Moses said, "It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to Jehovah our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and sacrifice to Jehovah our God as he shall command us." And Pharaoh said,
will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to Jehovah your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away.
Entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat Jehovah that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. Tomorrow, only let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully anymore in not letting the people go to sacrifice to Jehovah.
And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated Jehovah, and Jehovah did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one, and Pharaoh hardened his heart this time also.
Then Jehovah said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus saith Jehovah, the God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold,
The hand of Jehovah is upon thy cattle which are in the field,
upon the horses,
upon the asses,
upon the camels,
upon the herds,
and upon the flocks.
a very grievous new rain.
And Jehovah shall make a distinction between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt.
And there shall nothing die of all that belongeth to the children of Israel.
And Jehovah appointed a set time, saying,
Tomorrow Jehovah shall do this thing in the land.
And Jehovah did that thing on the morrow.
And all the cattle of Egypt died,
But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold,
there was not so much as one of the cattle of the Israelites dead.
but the heart of Pharaoh was stubborn, and he did not let the people go.
And Jehovah said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take 2 your handfuls of ashes of the furnace,
And let Moses sprinkle it toward heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust over all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with plagues upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with plagues upon man and upon beast.
and the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils were upon the Egyptians and upon all the Egyptians. And Jehovah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Jehovah had spoken unto Moses. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him,
Thus saith Jehovah, the God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me.
For I will this time send all my plagues upon thy heart and upon thy servants,
And upon thy people,
that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I had put forth my hand and smitten thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou hadst been cut off from the earth. But in very deed for this cause have I made thee to stand, to show thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. As yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go.
behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as hath not been in Egypt since the day it was founded, even until now.
Now therefore send, hasten in thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast that shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die.
He that feared the word of Jehovah among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses, and he that regarded not the word of Jehovah left his servants and his cattle in the field. And
Then Jehovah said unto Moses, Stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt upon man and upon beast and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven,
And Jehovah sent thunder and hail and fire ran down unto the earth
and Jehovah rained hail,
upon the land of Egypt,
so there was hail,
and fire mingled with the hail,
very grievous.
such as had not been in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation.
And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent
And called for Moses and Aaron.
and said unto them, I have sinned this time.
Jehovah is righteous, and I and my people are wicked and treat Jehovah.
For there hath been enough of mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto Jehovah. The thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know that the earth is Jehovah's. But as for thee and thy soonest, I go with thee. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I may show these my signs in the midst of them, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy Son and of thy Son's Son what things I have wrought upon Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know that I am Jehovah. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith Jehovah, the God of the Hebrews, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me else. If thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring locusts into thy border, and they shall cover the face of the earth, so that one shall not be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And thy houses shall be filled, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, as neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve Jehovah their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go, serve Jehovah your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young, and with our old, with our sons, and with our daughters, with our flocks, and with our herds will we go. For we must hold a feast unto Jehovah. And he said unto them, So be Jehovah with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones. Look to it, for evil is before you, not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve Jehovah, for that is what ye desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and Jehovah brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all the night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts, and the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the borders of Egypt. Very grievous were they before them. There were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing, either tree or herb of the field, through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against Jehovah your God and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat Jehovah your God, that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated Jehovah. And Jehovah turned an exceeding strong west wind, which took up the locusts and drove them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the border of Egypt. But Jehovah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go. And Jehovah said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt. 3 days they saw not one another, neither rose anyone from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye serve Jehovah. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must also give into our hands sacrifices.
Jehovah said unto Moses, Yet one plague more will I bring upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let them ask every man of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Jehovah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith Jehovah, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of cattle. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there hath not been, nor shall be any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that Jehovah doth make a distinction between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in hot anger. Moses, Pharaoh will not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Jehovah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go out of his land.
And Jehovah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt,
saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to their fathers' houses, a lamb for a household.
And if the household be too little for a lamb, then shall he and his neighbor next unto his house take one according to the number of the souls, according to every man's eating. Ye shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male a year old. Ye shall take it from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall Israel it
at even, and they shall take of the blood,
and put it on the 2 side posts and on the lintel, upon the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread. With bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roasted with fire, its head with its legs and with the inwards thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, but that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Jehovah's Passover, for I will go through the land of Egypt in that night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgments. I am Jehovah, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and there shall no plague be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Jehovah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread, even the first day. Ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you lambs according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2-side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of this house until the morning.
And it came to pass at midnight that Jehovah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt,
firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was none dead.
And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve Jehovah. As ye have said, take both your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also.
Jehovah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they let them have what they asked. And they despoiled the Egyptians.
And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, besides children.
And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle.
And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Children of Israel dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass,
that all the hosts of Jehovah went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto Jehovah, for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This same night is a night to be much observed unto Jehovah by all the children of Israel throughout their generations. And Jehovah said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no foreigner eat thereof.
Jehovah did bring the children of Israel
Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast. It is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand Jehovah brought you out from this place. There shall no living bread be eaten.
And it shall be, when Jehovah shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Amorite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite,
Thou shalt keep this service in this month.
and it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thy hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the law of Jehovah may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath Jehovah brought thee out of Egypt.
And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not by the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near, but God led the people about by the way of the wilderness, by the Red Sea.
And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away
Hence with you.
And Jehovah went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, that they might go by day and by night.
He took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people.
And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn back and encamp before Pi-hahiroth. And Pharaoh shall say of the children of Israel, They are entangled in the land, the wilderness hath shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, and the Egyptians shall know that I am Jehovah.
salvation of Jehovah, Jehovah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward, and lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued, and went in after them into the midst of the sea. And it came to pass in the morning watch, that Jehovah looked forth upon the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of cloud. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. And Jehovah overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, even all the host of Pharaoh. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea. Thus Jehovah saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw the great work which Jehovah did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared Jehovah, and they believed in Jehovah, and in his servant Moses.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Jehovah, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Jehovah, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Jehovah is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation.
This is my God,
and I will praise him,
my Father's God,
and I will exalt him.
Jehovah is a man of war.
Jehovah is a man of war.
Jehovah is his name.
He cast into the sea. Who is like unto thee,
O Jehovah,
among the gods?
Who is like thee?
Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders. Thou stretched out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy loving kindness hast led the people that thou hast redeemed. Thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance.
Jehovah shall reign.
Jehovah shall reign forever and ever.
For the horses of Pharaoh
went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And Jehovah brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel walked on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and Miriam answered them,
Sing ye to Jehovah,
for he hath triumphed gloriously. Flown into the sea. And Moses led Israel onward from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness
murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" And he cried unto Jehovah, and Jehovah showed him a tree, and he cast it into the waters, and the waters were made sweet. And they came to Elim, where were 12 springs of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the water.
And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, would that we had died by the hand of Jehovah in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then said Jehovah unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall come to pass on the 6th day that they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel at even, then ye shall know that Jehovah hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning then ye shall see the glory of Jehovah, because he heareth your murmurings against Jehovah. And what are we that ye murmur against us? And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am Jehovah your God. And it came to pass at even that the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning there was a layer of dew round about the camp. And when the layer of dew was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness a small round thing, small as the hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, what is it? For they knew not what it was. And Moses said unto them, it is the bread which Jehovah hath given you to eat. This is the thing which Jehovah hath commanded. Gather ye of it every man according to his eating, and omer a head according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them that are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they measured it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said unto them, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them, and they gathered it morning by morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, this is that which Jehovah hath spoken. Tomorrow is a solemn rest, a holy Sabbath unto Jehovah. Bake that which ye will bake, and boil that which ye will boil, and all that remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade. And it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto Jehovah. Today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass on the 7th day that there went out some of the people to gather, and they found none. And Jehovah said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that Jehovah hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he give you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place, let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called the name thereof. And it was like coriander seed white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And Moses said, this is the thing which Jehovah hath commanded. Let an arm full of it be kept throughout your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an armor full of manna therein, and lay it up before Jehovah to be kept throughout your generations, as Jehovah commanded Moses. So Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat the manna 40 years, until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat the manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed according to the commandment of Jehovah from the wilderness of Sin, and encamped in Reed retired. And there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people strove with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why strive ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt Jehovah? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore hast thou brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto Jehovah, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They are almost ready to stone me. And Jehovah said unto Moses, go on before the people and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock people may drink.
And Moses
Did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the striving of the children of Israel, and because they tempted Jehovah, saying, Is Jehovah among us or not? Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat there. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, that I will utterly blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar, and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. And he said, Jehovah has swore, Jehovah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Now Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, how that Jehovah had brought Israel out of Egypt. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her away, and for 2 sons, of whom the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been a sojourner in a foreign land. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for he said, the God of my father was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he was encamped at the Mount of God. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, Jethro am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that Jehovah had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Jehovah delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Jehovah had done to Israel, and that he had delivered them out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be Jehovah, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that Jehovah is greater than all gods. Yeah, and the thing wherein they dealt proudly against them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood about Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses his father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou alone, and all the people stand about thee from morning unto evening? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between a man and his neighbor, and I make them know the statutes of God and his laws. And Moses his father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for the thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, and bring thou the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them the statutes and the laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating unjust gain, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge themselves. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all this people also shall go to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands,
Rulers of hundreds,
rulers of 50s,
rulers of
and rulers of 10s. And they judged the people at all seasons, hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land.
In the 3rd month after the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. And when they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the wilderness of Sinai, they encamped in the wilderness, and there Israel encamped before them.
And Moses went up unto God, and Jehovah called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be mine, own possession from among all peoples, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and set before them all these words which Jehovah commanded him. And all the people answered together, and said, All that Jehovah hath spoken, we will do. And Moses reported the words of the people unto Jehovah. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and may also believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Jehovah. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their garments and be ready against the 3rd day. For the 3rd day Jehovah will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely be put to death. No hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, he shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people. And they washed their garments. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the 3rd day. Come not near a woman. And it came to pass on the 3rd day, when it was morning, that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of a trumpet exceeding loud. And all the people that were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet God. And they stood at the nether part of the mountain. Mount Sinai was altogether on smoke, because Jehovah descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And Jehovah came down upon Mount Sinai to the top of the mount, and Jehovah called Moses to the top of the mount. And Moses went up, and Jehovah said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto Jehovah to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also that come near to Jehovah sanctify themselves, lest Jehovah break forth upon them. And Moses said unto Jehovah, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai. For thou charged us, saying, Set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And Jehovah said unto him, Go, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto Jehovah, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people and told them.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am Jehovah thy God, who brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee a graven image, nor any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, Jehovah thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, upon the third and upon the fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing loving kindness unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Jehovah thy God in vain, for Jehovah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath unto Jehovah thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Jehovah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Jehovah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land which Jehovah thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people perceived the thunderings, and the lightnings, and the voice of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before you, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, but Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Ye yourselves have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make other gods with me, gods of silver or gods of gold. Ye shall not make unto you an altar of earth. Thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep, and thine oxen, in every place where I record my name. I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee,
And if thou make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stones. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not uncovered thereon.
Now these are the ordinances which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in single, he shall go out single. If he be married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. But if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto God, and he shall bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. If a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as men servants do. If she please not her master who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange people he shall have no power, seeing he dealeth deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take unto himself another wife, he shall not diminish her food, her raiment, or her duty. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall she go out for nothing without money. He that smitteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. And if men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband shall lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. If a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or 2, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. If a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If the thief be found breaking in and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If men strive and one smite a pregnant woman, so that her fruit depart, and yet no further harm follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband shall lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. Whosoever smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. Whosoever kidnappeth a man, whether he sell him or he be found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. Whosoever curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
one smite a man so that he die, then ye shall take him from mine altar, that he may die. Whosoever smothereth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. Whosoever stealeth of a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed. If he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. If a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished.
If a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If the thief be found breaking in and be smitten so that he dieth, there shall be no blood guiltiness for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood guiltiness for him. He shall make restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the stolen beast be found alive in his hand, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and let his beast loose, and it feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. If fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the shocks of grain or the standing grain or the field be consumed, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. If a man deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, he shall restore double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall come near unto God, to see whether he have not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. For every matter of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, whereof one say, this is it, the cause of both parties shall come before God. He whom God shall condemn shall pay double unto his neighbor. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it, the oath of Jehovah shall be between them both, whether he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner thereof shall accept it, and he shall not make restitution. But if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, let him bring it for witness. He shall not make good that which was torn. If a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof not being with it, he shall surely make restitution. If the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be a hired thing, it came for its hire. If a man entice a virgin that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely pay a dowry for her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer
a sorceress to live. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. He that sacrificed unto any god, save unto Jehovah only, shall be utterly destroyed. And a sojourner shalt thou not wrong, neither shalt thou oppress him. For ye were sojourners in the land of Egypt. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, if thou afflict them at all. And they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. If thou lend money to any of my people with thee that is poor, thou shalt not be to him as a creditor, neither shall ye lay upon him interest. If thou at all take thy neighbor's garment to pledge, thou shalt restore it unto him by the time that the sun goeth down. For that is his only covering, it is his garment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. Thou shalt not revile God, nor curse a ruler of thy people. Thou shalt not delay the offer of thy harvest, and of the outflow of thy presses. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with its dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it me. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Therefore ye shall not eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs.
Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not. For I will not justify the wicked. Thou shalt take no bribe, for the bribe blindeth the wise, and perverteth the words of the righteous. Thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner shalt thou deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. And thou shalt observe the feast appointed of the month Ibit. For in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. 6 days thou shalt work, and on the seventh day thou shalt rest. In plowing time and in harvest thou shalt rest, and thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, even of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of Endering at the year's end. 3 times in the year all thy males shall appear before the Lord Jehovah, the God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy borders, neither shall any man desire thy land. When thou goest up to appear before Jehovah thy God thrice in the year, thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left unto the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of Jehovah thy God. Thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before thee, to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed hearken unto his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee in unto the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their pillars. And ye shall serve Jehovah your God, and he shall bless thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall nothing catch their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days I will fulfill. I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee, and I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before thee. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and a beast of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their pillars, and cut down their Asherim. And ye shall serve Jehovah your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away
midst of thee.
And he said unto Moses, Come up unto Jehovah, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near unto Jehovah, but they shall not come near, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Jehovah, and all the ordinances, and all the people answered with one voice, and said, All the words which Jehovah hath spoken will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of Jehovah, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the mount, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, who offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto Jehovah. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, All that Jehovah has spoken will we do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold the blood of the covenant which Jehovah hath made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the very heaven for clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand, and they beheld God, and did eat and drink. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there. And I will give thee the tables of the stone, and the law and the commandment which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and Joshua his minister. And Moses went up into the mount of God, and he said unto the elders, Tarry ye here for us, until we come again unto you. And behold, there shall be my hand and Aaron with you. Whosoever hath a cause, let him come near unto them. And Moses went up into the mountain, and the cloud covered the mount, and the glory of Jehovah abode upon Mount Sinai. And the cloud covered it 6 days, and the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the appearance of the glory of Jehovah was like devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses entered into the midst of the cloud, and went up into the mount, and Moses was the mount 40 days and 40 nights. And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they take from me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. Ye shall take my offering. And this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram skins dyed red and badger skins and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them according to all that I shew thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instruments thereof. Even so shall ye make it. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold within, and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof. And 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings on the sides of the ark, that the ark may be borne with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And thou shalt make 2 cherubim of gold. Of beaten work shalt thou make them, in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Make 1 cherub on the one end, and 1 cherub on the other end, of 1 piece with the mercy seat. Shall you make the cherubim on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings. And their faces shall look one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark. And in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. And thou shalt make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and 1 cubit the breadth thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereon a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt make a crown of gold for the border round about. And thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners, even the 4 corners that are upon the 4 legs thereof. The rings shall be for places for the staves to bear the table. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make the dishes, and the spoons, and the flagons, and the bowls, with which to pour out drink offerings. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And
thou shalt set upon the table the showbread before me always. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knobs, his flowers shall be of one piece with it. And 6 branches shall go out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds in one branch, a knot and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, a knot and a flower. So in the 6 branches going out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, and his knops, and his flowers, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. Their knops and their branches shall be of one piece with it. All of it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. And thou shalt make it 7 lamps, and they shall give light over against it. And its snuffers and their trays shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it. With all these vessels, and look that thou make them after their pattern, which was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, in blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubim of cunning work shalt thou make them. The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. The 10 curtains shall be of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 5 curtains by themselves. And thou shalt bring the couplings together, that it may be one tabernacle. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the end in the coupling. And likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of the curtain which is in the second coupling. 50 loops shalt thou make upon the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make upon the edge of the curtain of the second coupling, that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains together with the clasps, that it may be one tabernacle. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth 4 cubits. The 11 curtains shall be of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shalt double the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tent.
And thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain which is in the coupling of the second. And thou shalt make 50 clasps of brass to couple the tent together, that it may be one. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering above of badger skins. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing up 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half the breadth of one board. 2 tenons shall there be in one board, joining one to another. Thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side southward. And thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards. 2 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side 20 boards, and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the far side of the tabernacle westward shalt thou make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle in the far side. And they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it unto one ring. Thus it shall be for the 2 of them in the corners. And there shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver, 16 sockets.
2 sockets
under one board,
and 2 sockets
under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the one side of the board, and 5 bars for the other side of the board, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the other side westward. The middle bar in the midst of the boards shall reach from end to end. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars. And thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt make the veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen. With cherubim shall it be made, the work of a skillful workman. And thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, upon the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt bring in the ark of the testimony within the veil. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place
most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And thou shalt set the table outside the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And thou shalt put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle for the south side southward. There shall be hangings of fine twined linen, 100 cubits long for one side, and the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets shall be of brass, and the hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And for the north side 100 cubits long, and 20 pillars, and their 20 sockets of brass, and the hooks of the pillars, and their fillets of silver. And for the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, and their 10 pillars, and 10 sockets. And the hangings for the east side, 50 cubits, with their 10 pillars, and 10 sockets. The hangings of the court shall be of fine twined linen, their sockets of brass, their hooks of silver, and their fillets of silver. And the gate of the court on the east side shall be of 20 cubits, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And their pillars and their sockets shall be like unto the hangings of the court.
And thou shalt make the altar of burnt offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits shall be the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof. It shall be square, and 3 cubits the height thereof. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. The horns of it shall be of one piece with it, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make all the vessels of the altar, the pots, the shovels, the basins, the flesh hooks, and the fire pans. All the vessels thereof shalt thou make of brass. And thou shalt make for it a grate of brass network under the ledge of the altar beneath. Out of the midst thereof beneath. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of brass on the 4 corners of the network to receive the staves. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood and overlay them with brass, that the altar may be borne with them.
thou shalt make the cord of the tabernacle. On the south side, southward, there shall be hangings of fine twined linen, 100 cubits long for one side, and 10 cubits the breadth of one curtain. The hangings shall be coupled one to another, 50 curtains on one side, and 50 curtains on the other side. And for the 50 curtains shall be 50 loops, and the loops shall be coupled together with 50 taches of gold. And the other 50 loops on the other side shall be coupled with 50 taches of gold. And the length of the cord on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their loops and their taches 50. And on the east side the hangings for 50 cubits, and the hangings for the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, and their loops shall be 3, and their taches 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits with their loops and taches. And the hangings of the gate of the court shall be 20 cubits, of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework, with their 4 pillars and their sockets. All the pillars round about the court shall be of brass, their sockets of brass, their hooks of silver, and their cords of linen. Shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50, and the height of the hangings of the court 5 cubits, of fine twined linen, their sockets of brass, their pillars of brass, and their hooks of silver, and their cords of linen. And thou shalt bring near unto thee Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Israel, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Even Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's garments to sanctify him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a brided coat, a mitre, and a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, to minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, and And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen cunningly worked. And they shall make the shoulder pieces of the ephod joined at the two ends thereof, and the two edges of the ephod shall be joined together. And they shall make upon the curious girdle of the ephod which is upon it workmanship of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, as Jehovah commanded Moses. And they shall take 2 onyx stones, and engrave upon them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on the one stone, and 6 of the names of the rest on the other stone, according to their birth. And thou shalt set them in ouches of gold engraven as a signet. With the work of the engraver shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. And thou shalt put them on the shoulders of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before Jehovah upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make a breastplate of judgment, work of cunning work. After the work of the ephod thou shalt make it. Of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen shalt thou make it. And thou shalt set in it settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row, a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This is the first row. And the second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and an emerald. And the third row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. And the 4th row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be according to the 12 tribes of Israel a memorial. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreaths of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon it 2 rings of gold, and put the 2 rings upon the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreaths of gold and the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt make upon the 2 wreaths of the chains of pure gold a plate of gold, and 2 rings of gold, and put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the plate. And thou shalt put the plate upon the forefront of the mitre, and they shall put the plate upon the forefront of the mitre, and it shall be upon Aaron's forehead. And Aaron shall bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before Jehovah.
And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them, to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take 1 young bullock, and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened bread and cakes unleavened tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened anointed with oil. Of wheat and flour shalt thou make them. And thou shalt put them into 1 basket, and bring them in the basket with a bullock and the 2 rams. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tent of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water. And thou shalt take the garments, and put upon Aaron the coat, and gird him with a girdle, and put the robe upon him, and put the ephod upon him,
and bind it with the curious girdle of the ephod, and put the breastplate upon him. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. And thou shalt take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And thou shalt bring his sons, and put coats upon them. And thou shalt put the girdle upon Aaron, and bind the coats upon his sons, and anoint them, as thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tent of the congregation, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock. And thou shalt kill the bullock before Jehovah, and take of the blood thereof, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood at the base of the altar. And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and their fat, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the bullock and its hide and its dung shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. And thou shalt take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands upon the head of the ram. And thou shalt kill the ram, and take of its blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take of the fat of the ram, the fat tail, and all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and their fat, and the right thigh, and 1 log of oil, and thou shalt burn them upon the altar. And the breast of the ram, and the right shoulder, shalt thou wave for a wave offering before Jehovah. It is of the ram for Aaron and his sons. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, even that it may be Aaron's and his sons. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands upon the head of the ram. And thou shalt kill it, and take of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take the fat of the ram, and the right thigh, and the fat tail, and all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and their fat, and the log of oil, and shalt put all upon the hands of Aaron, and upon the hands of his sons, and shalt wave them for a wave offering before Jehovah. And thou shalt take them from their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And thou shalt take the fat, and the right thigh of the ram of consecration, and it shall be Aaron's and his sons for a statute forever, as Jehovah commanded. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed in them, and to be consecrated
consecrated in them. And thou shalt make them to boil the flesh at the door of the tent of the congregation. And there shalt thou eat it with the bread of the consecration, the cakes and the wafers, according to the number of them. Thou shalt eat it, but the remainder shall be burned with fire. And thou shalt not go out from the door of the tent of the congregation for 7 days, until the days of thy consecration be fulfilled. For 7 days shall he consecrate you.
And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. It shall be square, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about, and 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown upon the 2 sides thereof, to receive the staves with which to bear it. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. And thou shalt put incense upon it every morning when thou dressest the lamps, and when thou dost set them in order. And when thou lightest the lamps, it shall be an offering made by fire unto Jehovah. And thou shalt take sweet spices, stat and onycha, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Of each shall there be an equal weight. And thou shalt make it a perfume compounded according to the art of the perfumer, salted, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And the incense which thou shalt make, according to the art of the perfumer, shall ye not make for yourselves. It shall be unto thee holy for Jehovah. And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, Take thou also unto thee the sum of the children of Israel after their number, and every man shall give a ransom for his soul unto Jehovah. When thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them. When thou numberest them, this they shall give, every one that passeth among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary, a shekel for every one that passeth among them that are numbered, from 20 years old and upward, for 600,000 and 3,550 men. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto Jehovah, to make atonement for your souls. And thou shalt take the money of them, and appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial for the children of Israel before Jehovah, to make atonement for your souls.
And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, See, I have called by name Bezalel the son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and in understanding, and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship, to devise cunning works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in cutting of stones to set, and in carving of wood, to work in all manner of workmanship. And I, behold, I have given with him Aholiab son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, and in the hearts of all that are wise-hearted I have put wisdom, that they may make all that I have commanded thee. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. He shall take my offering. And this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram skins dyed red and badger skins and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. Verily 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to Jehovah. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. And the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Jehovah made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we know not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, and made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Jehovah. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Go, get thee down! For thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And Jehovah said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them. And I will make of thee a great nation. And Moses besought Jehovah his God, and said, Jehovah, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, For evil did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servants, to whom thou swarest by thyself, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And Jehovah repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides, on the one side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, It is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands and brake them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it in the fire and ground it to powder and strawed it upon the water and made the children of Israel drink of it.
And Moses said unto Aaron, What did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, Let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on evil. For they said unto me, Make us gods which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we know not what is become of him. And I said unto them, Whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. And they gave it me, and I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf. And Moses saw that the people were broken loose. For Aaron had let them loose to be a derision among their enemies. And Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, Who is on Jehovah's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, Thus said Jehovah God of Israel, Put every man his sword upon his thigh, and go in and out from gate to gate. Slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. And Moses said, Consecrate yourselves today to Jehovah, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses said unto the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up unto Jehovah. Peradventure, I shall make an atonement for your sin. And Moses returned unto Jehovah and said, Oh, this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book which thou hast written. And Jehovah said unto Moses, Whosoever hath sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Go, lead the people unto the place of which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, mine angel shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I visit, I will visit their sin upon them.
And Jehovah said unto Moses, Depart and go up hence, thou and the people which thou broughtest up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swear unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, Unto thy seed will I give it. And I will send an angel before thee, and I will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. And when the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man did put on him his ornaments. For Jehovah had said unto Moses, Say unto the children of Israel, Ye are a stiff-necked people. I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment, and consume thee. Therefore now put off thy ornaments from thee, that I may know what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by Mount Horeb. And Moses took the tabernacle, and pitched it without the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass, that every one that sought Jehovah went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp. And it came to pass, when Moses went out unto the tabernacle, that all the people rose up and stood every man at the door of his tent, and looked after Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle. And it came to pass, when Moses went into the tabernacle, that the pillar of cloud descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and Jehovah talked with Moses. And all the people saw the pillar of cloud stand at the tabernacle door. And all the people rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door. And Jehovah spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again unto the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. And Moses said unto Jehovah, Behold, thou sayest unto me, Bring up this people. And thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send with me. Yet thou sayest, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, shew me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight.
and consider that this nation is thy people. And he said, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him, if thy presence go not with me, carry us not up hence. For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight? Is it not in that thou goest with us? So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. And Jehovah said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, shew me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and will proclaim the name of Jehovah before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will shew mercy on whom I will shew mercy. And he said, thou canst not see my face, for man shall not see me and live. And Jehovah said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock.
And it shall come to pass, while my glory passes by, that I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by. And I will take away my hand, and thou shalt see my back, but my face shall not be seen. And Jehovah said,
unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as Jehovah had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone.
And Jehovah descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Jehovah. And Jehovah passed by before him, and proclaimed, Jehovah, Jehovah God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the 3rd and to the 4th generation. And Moses made haste, and bowed his head toward the earth, and worshipped. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, go among us, for it is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. And he said, Behold, I make a covenant. Before all thy people I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among which thou art shall see the work of Jehovah. For it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be a snare in the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their pillars, and cut down their groves.
for thou shalt worship no other God. For Jehovah, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods. And Jehovah said unto Moses, cut thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon the tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest, and be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount, and no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor the herds feed before that mount. And he hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and Moses rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as Jehovah had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And Jehovah said unto Moses, write thou these words, for after the tenor of these words have I made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there with Jehovah 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And Moses turned and came down from Mount Sinai, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides. On the one side and on the other were they written, and the tables were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the mount.
And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together, and said unto them, these are the words which Jehovah hath commanded, that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to Jehovah. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which Jehovah commanded, saying, take ye from among you an offering unto Jehovah. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it. An offering of Jehovah, gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair, and ram skins dyed red, and badger skins and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. And let every wise-hearted man among you come, and make all that Jehovah hath commanded, the tabernacle and the ark of the testimony, and the mercy seat that is thereupon, and all the furniture of the tabernacle, and the table and its furniture, and the pure candlestick with all its furniture, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all its furniture, and the laver and its stand, and the hangings of the court, and the pillars thereof and their sockets, and the hangings of the gate of the court and their cords, and all the work of the service. And let the children of Israel bring a free will offering unto Jehovah. every man and woman whose heart maketh them willing to bring for all manner of work, which Jehovah hath commanded to be made by the hand of the skilled, to make all the work of the service of the sanctuary. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, saying, See, Jehovah hath called by name Bezalel the son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he hath filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom and in understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship, to devise cunning works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass and in cutting of stones to set and in carving of wood, to work in all manner of workmanship. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab, son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. And he hath filled them with wisdom of heart to work all manner of work of the engraver, and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer in blue and in purple and in scarlet and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning works. And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man in whose heart Jehovah had put wisdom, even every man whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work, to do it. And they received of Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought to perform the work of the service of the sanctuary. And the children of Israel brought a free will offering unto Jehovah, every man and woman whose heart stirred them up to bring for the offering of the work, which Jehovah had commanded by the hand of Moses to be done, brought it, even jewelry, and all manner of gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair, and ram skins dyed red, and badger skins, and shittim wood, and oil for the light, and spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, and all the wise-hearted men, in whose heart Jehovah had put wisdom. Even every man whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work.
Then wrought Bezalel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man, in whom Jehovah put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that Jehovah had commanded. And Moses called unto them, and spake unto them, the children of Israel, saying, See, Jehovah hath called by name Bezalel the son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, and in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, to devise cunning works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in cutting of stones to set, and in carving of wood, to work in all manner of workmanship. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. And they received from Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought to perform the work of the service of the sanctuary, And they brought yet unto him free will offerings every morning. And all the wise-hearted men that wrought the work of the tabernacle came, every man from the work which he did. And they spake unto Moses, saying, The people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which Jehovah commanded to make. And Moses gave commandment, and a proclamation was made throughout the camp, saying, Let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. And the children of Israel did all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And they brought the tabernacle unto Moses the tent, and all its furniture, its pins, and its cords, and the covering of ram skins dyed red, and the covering of badger skins above. And the children of Israel did according to all that Jehovah commanded Moses. So did they.
And Bezalel made the ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and made a golden crown upon it round about. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings on the 4 corners, even 2 rings upon the one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. And he made staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, to bear the ark. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And he made 2 cherubim of gold, beaten out of 1 piece made he them, on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. 1 cherub on the one end, and 1 cherub on the other end. Of the mercy seat made he the cherubim on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubim spread out their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces one to another, even toward the mercy seat with the faces of the cherubim. And he made all the furniture of the table of shittim wood, and overlaid it with pure gold, and made a crown of gold around about it. And he made unto it a border of a handbreadth round about, and made a crown of gold around about the border. And he made for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings on the 4 corners, even the 4 corners that were upon the 4 legs thereof. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, that the table should be borne with them. And he made the vessels of the table, the dishes, and the spoons, and the bowls, and the pitchers to pour out drink offerings. He made them of pure gold. He made the candlestick of pure gold. Of beatenwork made he the candlestick, its shaft, and its branches, its bowls, its knobs, and its flowers were of 1 piece with it. And 6 branches went out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side of it, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side of it. 3 cups made like unto almonds in 1 branch, a knot and a flower. And 3 cups made like unto almonds in 1 branch, a knot and a flower. And 3 cups made like unto almonds in the other branch, a knot and a flower. So for the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like unto almonds, its knops and its flowers, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. Their knops and their branches were of 1 piece. All of it was 1 beaten work of pure gold. And he made the lamps thereof, 7,
and the tongues thereof, and the snuffers thereof of pure gold. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. A cubit was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. It was square, and 2 cubits was the height thereof. And he overlaid it with pure gold, its crown and its sides, and made unto it a golden crown round about. And he made for it 2 rings of gold under the crown thereof, upon the 2 sides thereof, to receive the staves to bear it withal. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, that the altar might be borne with them. And he made the laver of brass, and its foot of brass, of the mirrors of them that ministered at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
And he made the altar of burnt offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof. It was square, and 3 cubits the height thereof. And he made the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. The horns of it were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar,
the pots, the shovels, the basins, the flesh hooks, and the fire pans. He made of brass.
And he made for the altar a grate of brass network under the ledge of the altar beneath, out of the midst thereof beneath, as it were, the net. And he cast 4 rings of brass on the 4 corners of the network to receive the staves. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with brass. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides of the altar to bear it. He made the laver of brass, and the foot thereof of brass, of the mirrors of them that ministered. And he made the court. The hangings of the court were of fine twined linen, 100 cubits the length, and 10 cubits the breadth for one side. The hangings of the court were the same on the second side, 100 cubits the length, and 10 cubits the breadth for the second side. The hangings of the one side and the other side were 15 cubits. The hangings of the gate of the court were 20 cubits. Their cords and their pins were of brass, and the sockets of the court were of brass. The bases of the gate of the court were of brass, and the bases of the hangings were of brass. All the vessels of the service of the tabernacle, for all the work of the service, were of gold and silver and brass.
And all the gold that was used for all the work,
even all the vessels of the sanctuary,
the gold of the offering was 29 talents and 7,300 shekels.
After the shekel of the sanctuary,
and the silver of them that were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents and 1,715 shekels. After the shekel of the
sanctuary, a bekah, that is half a shekel
for everyone that passed, to those numbered of 20 years old and above, for 600,000 and 3,550 men.
And of the 100 talents of silver, he made the hooks of the
70 talents and 2,400 shekels.
And he made the sockets of the sanctuary, the brass of the tabernacle, and the brass of the altar, and the brazen laver, and all the vessels of brass
For all the service thereof. And of blue and purple and scarlet, they made cloths of the ephod, woven work with cunning work. And they made the ephod of gold, blue and purple and scarlet, and fine linen. And they set the onyx stones in it, stones of memorial for the children of Israel. And they graved upon them the names of the children of Israel. And they made the breastplate of judgment, woven work like the work of the ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twine linen. They made it, and they set in it 4 rows of stones. The first row was sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This was the first row. And the second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and an emerald. And the third row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They were according to the stones of the names of the children of Israel. 12 according to their names, they were graven with engravings, a work of a signet, each one according to the 12 tribes. And they made upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreaths of pure gold. And they made 2 rings of gold and put them in the 2 ends of the breastplate. And they put the 2 wreaths of gold in the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. And they made 2 rings of gold and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate upon the edge of it, which is toward the ephod. And they put the 2 ends of the 2 chains and the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. And they made upon the 2 wreaths of the chains of pure gold, a plate of gold and 2 rings of gold. And they put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the plate. And they put the plate upon the top of the turban, on the forefront of it, even the holy crown, as Jehovah commanded Moses. And they made coats of fine twine linen, the mitre and the girdle of needlework, for ministering in the holy place, as Jehovah commanded Moses. And all the work of the tabernacle, of the tent of the congregation, the altar and the laver, and the hanging of the court, and the pillars thereof, and their sockets, and the hanging of the gate of the court, and their cords, and all manner of service thereof. And all the vessels of the ministry were made according to all that Jehovah commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel make all the work. And Moses looked upon all the work, and behold, they had done it as Jehovah had commanded, even so had they done it. And Moses blessed them.
And Jehovah spake unto Moses, saying, On the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And thou shalt put therein the ark of the testimony, and cover the ark with the mercy seat. And thou shalt bring in the table, and set in order the things that are to be set in order upon it. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light the lamps thereof. And thou shalt set the altar of gold for incense before the ark of the testimony. And thou shalt put the hanging at the door of the tabernacle. And thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And shalt set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and shalt put water therein. And thou shalt set up the court round about, and hang up the hanging at the gate of the court.